Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much for coming today. Welcome to 7th lecture on algorithm and programming with the course code OWP 51TION4. Today we will discuss about repetition structure. But before we continue our lesson today, I will review of our material from the few weeks ago. From the first, we start from definition of algorithm and programming. I estimate all of you have understood what the programming and algorithm definition. And here have the variables, data type, identifier, keyword, sequence, and branching structure. All of you, can you help me to describing what the definition of the algorithm and programming? Who? Zaki?
In short, the algorithm is a conceptual solution or plan, while programming is the process of translating that solution or plan into a language the computer can be understand or execute. Such an example is Java, Python, and C++. Thank you.
Okay, algorithm is a procedure to solve the problem and or performing the computation and have the relation with the definition of the programming. And we can imagine, if you want to wash your hand, we can imagine in our daily life, if you want to wash your hand, you have this step of the goals to take your hand is clean. And first, you open tap of the water and put the soap in your hand, and you clean your hand with the water, and then you shut down of the water and your hand is dry. So this is step of the procedure or the procedure of the algorithm. Without our realizing, this is the algorithm in our daily life. So definition of the programming is a process set of the computer, what the computer to do, and have the relation between algorithm and programming in our informatic engineering department, because today we want to discuss about the subject algorithm and programming. And before we declare of the code in our program, so we need of the property of the code, including variables. And we can imagine again what is the variables. If we take a cup or a glass and we fill it with the water, we can call it data, and the variables as a container is a glass is a container, and to become we can call it the variables. And then have the data types. Before we declare of the variable in our programming, so we need of typing of data. Many kind of the typing of data, including integer, character, string, boolean, have the binary boolean like true and false. This is the member of the boolean data types. True, we can symbol with the 1 number, and false with the O or 0. And then have the character, floating point here for the decimal number, and integer, string, and others. Before we declare also in our code, in our platform, in our language programming, so we need identifier. Variable must be declared, must be identified. So unique name, when we identify it for the variable, we can call it identifier. Yeah, identifier. And keyword. Keyword is one of the things we need in our programming before we design it to become one program. Keyword is one of the syntax. We cannot use it in our code program, because if we use for the keyword, our program syntax error are not running well, because we use for the keyword here just for default in the programming, so we cannot use for this keyword, including break, if, then, switch, and others. And sequence, what the meaning of sequence is a set of the computer program code instructions that are executed sequentially in the order they are written or executed. And then the last one in the last of material in the few weeks ago is about the branching structure. In branching structure had the three options you can solve all the problem before you design of the coding program. So declarative sentence, pseudocode, and flowchart. Okay, if you'd like to learn more about this topic, you can visit off your V-Class platform with your student university account. You can access it and you can see there materials, module, reference, and explain of the videos every single of topic in one semester. And then here I put off the simple project with the code program, and I offer in this slide is pseudocode and flowchart. In here we need the including IOSTREM, but the first syntax instruction we need include and IOSTREM. What for? This because here we need for the cin and cout, input and output. Have input we can use for the instruction with cin, and output is cout. So we need for declare of the include IOSTREM here. And integer mind is one of the body in our program and have the symbol and variables because the variable had been discussed in the next week few weeks ago. And here have the 5 variables such as A, B, C, Y, and S. And then we declare also here as the data type is floating point. Why? We use for the floating point. This the probability have the point number here. If we put for the A as the variables and the number of A will be saved of the 2, B will be saved to 3, for C will be saved for 4, and have the subtraction or edge. And 2 plus 3 is 5 and plus 4 is 9. And 9 are the totality of here and divided with 5. 5 is the y of the variables of y here. And calculate as the result here as a plus b plus c and divided of y. So we can call with the cout here as the output. The value of s is, and then we can call here as variables as the data type for the floating point, and cout here is 1.8. And then we close off our coding there with the return of 0, and we continue with pseudocode. But actually have the pseudocode or flowchart or declarative sentence before we design of our coding. But I want to explain about pseudocode to this topic when we discussed in the few weeks ago in this topic. Begin and end. Begin and this is the body for the pseudocode, and to read of the input or input in here because we had to declare as the input and data type is floating point, and read A, B, C, and Y. There are 4 variables here, and S is the formulation to account and make the formulation, and A plus B plus C, and the result from the this operand and will be divided by Y, and display and output of the pseudocode here will be displayed in S as the variables, and output and then here output 1.8 if we make the simulation with this number. And for the flowchart, there are 3 symbols: rounded, parallel, and here there is 3 symbols, and start and begin, and have the process here. Input for A, B, C, and Y, and output for S, and here the process, and plus each of the variables A, B, C, Y, and will be called of the output as variables, and the stop here. I think this is for our topic in the last week, and I hope you can understand because the next week we will take midterm exam. So we start for the simple project with the simulation with the platform. many platforms we can use in branching structure or another. And here I take off two conditions. I design for here as background, have the apple and ball as the sprite, and I declare also as the variable score. And I declare score is a variable, and I put the variable in the second line here. Second line with the block code. And when the green flag click to make the initialization in our Scratch platform, you can access with your, if you interested with this platform, you can go to scratch.mit.edu, and here with the forever, block forever, below to variables, we need the forever. What is the forever used? Forever is like to looping. Looping is the activity will be do continuously. So I need here two conditions, if the first condition and the second condition. For the first condition here, I put the touching of the line because we design here as the line border and apple as the sprite and actor, ball as actor. There are two actors here, ball and apples. But if the touching of the here in borderline is red color, if the apple touching of the red color here and have the sound with bass sound, dum dum dum, like that. Sound is bass. But here if we and he hide because they have the random position. And the second one, I need the condition. To condition the second condition, this is for the if the ball, if the touching of the ball, the second one is touching of the apple touching the line border, and the second one if the ball, the apple touching of the ball, and have the sound, and the sound is crack crack 3 times, crack, because this is one of apple, not more than one. So I put the sound different with the when the apple touching of the line border. And then here I have the random position. We go to random position. So the apple will be moved from above to down, up and down, and then we just move for this ball left side and right side. If the apple ball touching the apple, score will be 8, because here we can declare as the score in 0. And then if the touching, the score will be 8. So we need one condition again when the actor, when the user, we are as the user. If you want to using for this game, you want to play of this game, so you are a user, and then you can put of your finger, and you can press of right arrow to move to right side, and you can press left arrow to move to left side. And then here, if there are two conditions again, and we need for the forever. Forever is looping. Looping forever. Forever is looping. And then what is the looping? I will be repeat. Looping is the activities continuously. So we need forever here. For the first condition, have the right row. So if K right row press, then change to X coordinate. This is for the plus X. If we K press in left side here, so will be moved to negative X, to left negative, right positive. So if the user, if you want to play of this game, you can press from the shortcut and play it, and you press right side arrow or left side arrow. Okay, this is for if you want to more understand what is the project, how to make this project. You can see here in this YouTube channel, and I think this is for our review, because next week we will take midterm exam. So be continued with repetition structure. Today we will be discuss about repetition structure. Have the question before we continue to another topic? All of you? Okay, thank you. We start with the repetition structure.